This excerpt was taken from a full and bloom interview with guitarist KK Downing. To listen to more from this interview, click the links in the description. You talk about how you were friends with Michael Schenker. He always seems like such a reserved guy. What was that friendship like?
Well, it was just it was more of a professional friendship, I think, really. I think that we had a lot in common for some reason, probably because he had his association with UFO. I mean, back in the early days, I think UFO and Scorpions were my favourite band, and I hope that Priest was one of their favourite bands, because I think that in that genre of music, Priest, Scorpions and UFO were probably in a niche together, really, in a certain way.
Sure.
If that makes any sense. And obviously, me playing the Flying V's, Michael playing the Flying V's, and, you know, I got to know all of the guys well in the Scorpions, well, really quite well. I spent a lot of time living down there in Spain in the Costa del Sol, and their father lived down there, Michael and Rudolf's father. He lived down there with a lady, and they asked me to take him some gifts one day, stuff like that, because they didn't know exactly where he was, I don't think, but I managed to find out where he was. And they had a sister Barbara as well, and Michael always used to, like, get on my case because he wanted that 67 Flying V. And I think I bought it the day before he came up from London to buy that guitar, and I had it the day before. And the guys told him, Ken Downing of Judas Priest bought it yesterday. He never forgave me for that, and he certainly won't now if he knows he fetched 200 grand. So, but, you know, every time we meet up, you know, Michael did ask me to join the Scorpions at one point when in Los Angeles, but he also asked quite a few other he asked a few other players as well.
What year was that?
When Uli left the band.
Wow. Did you consider it
Michael
at all, or?
No, I was. Michael came to a show at the Whiskey on Sunset Strip. And we had just played 5 shows in 3 days at the Whiskey. And so we were doing well, you know, and I was happy. Otherwise, I would have gone. But I felt the Priests were probably going to do better than the Scorpions, because Scorpions had just lost their... It was a good idea to weaken Priest and strengthen the Scorpions. I guess we were pretty big rivals, really, the Scorpions and Priest, I guess, really. Well, you know, in a healthy way. Yeah, Uli left, and they asked Michael to look out for a guitar player, and I guess he was might fit the bill, because Uli was we were kind of similar players in a way, I suppose, me and Uli, back then, you know, with whammy bar stuff and obviously being what people would call sons of Hendrix, maybe, which Uli certainly was, and a great player. So I was very flattered, really, because Uli was an excellent guitar player.